Earlier this week, Debbie and I, along with our business partner Bruce Schooley, our friend, we were we saw former President Trump. Now, this wasn't in Florida at Mar-a-Lago, which is kind of closed this time of year. It was at the Trump Golf Course in Bedminster, New Jersey, right across from New York City. And what was your impression of how Trump looked as compared to the times we've seen him before?
He looked very relaxed. He was just really chill and funny as ever. I mean, listen, if he didn't have a career in being an entrepreneur, he could have been a comedian.
Well, the thing about Trump is, and
so
I don't know, this
funny.
may be partly a function of age, he sometimes will tell the same story more than once. Now, listen, Reagan did exactly the same thing. In fact, Reagan would tell the same story.
Well, it's just because, you know why? It's because they talk to so many people. You do it too.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
You do it too. And
I was trying to make this a feature.
I heard this story, but okay. And I do it too. But no, it's just that here's the thing is he talks to so many people that he forgets who he tells the story to. And so he doesn't talk to us that often. I mean, maybe, we've met him maybe 4 or 5 times, and so he doesn't know that. He talks to a lot of people, and so he doesn't know who he tells.
Well, the point I was trying to make is that with Trump is that normally when you hear the same story the second time, or at least the third time, you inwardly roll your eyes, which means that you don't publicly acknowledge that you've heard it before, but you're like inwardly you're like, I've heard this before. But with Trump, he has such an amusing way of telling it.
Yeah, and he tells it differently.
Yeah.
He doesn't say the exact same way. Like there are people that tell the story the exact same way every time. He doesn't. He does a little bit of a different take every time we hear him. So, but he's just hilarious. And very, very, the first time I met Trump, I thought, oh my gosh, he is such a nice person, just a kind, really nice person that I had not seen before. Because obviously that side of Trump doesn't want people to see. And I wish he did. I really wish he did, because there are a lot of people on our side that just based on his personality that they see in the news or wherever, they think he's just horrible and that he's an egomaniac and this and that and the other. But he's really not. And when you meet him, you're like, oh my goodness, this man has been shafted so many times and just my favorite part of the conversation was when he basically said, yeah, Dinesh, we're kind of the same. We're not going to let, them like put us in a fetal position in the corner and put his hand like this and, sucking his thumb. He's like, yeah, we're not going to do that. I thought that was just so funny, because that is what I would do if I was attacked as viciously as he's attacked day in, day out. Even people that claim to be on our side. I mean, look at Liz Cheney. Look at what they do to him. Just, and lies. They lie about things just to make him look bad. And so I think
evidently I must have a bit of a Trumpian streak, because every now and then Debbie will say to me, she'll be like shaking hands. She goes, I only know one other man who would respond to this situation in this way, and that's Trump.
and Trump apparently knows that.
Exactly.
And he's always very happy that he gave you a pardon.
He is.
He always brings that up. He loves the fact that he did that. And so, he goes, yeah, some people that I gave pardons to cried on the phone. But I think he was saying that you didn't, right? And then I told him, but I did.
Yeah.
I cried.
Well, he mentioned the case of Scooter Libby, and he gave a pardon to Libby. And again, Trump has said this, so I don't hesitate to share it. He says, look, I gave Scooter Libby a pardon, and he goes, and I was right to do it. Scooter Libby was somebody who really kind of saved Bush's presidency. And yet Bush, think about this, was too cowardly to give him a pardon. So Trump goes, I did it. And Scooter Libby cried. Scooter Libby calls Trump afterwards, goes, it's meant so much to me. It's changed my life, and so on. And then Trump goes fast forward to, several months ago, he goes, I'm reading about a fundraiser for Liz Cheney, and who attends it? Scooter Libby. Now, Trump was actually too decent to call up and yell at him or anything, but he let it be known. He let someone he knew kind of communicate to Scooter Libby, well, Trump's not exactly excited to find out that you're at Liz Cheney's fundraiser. And Trump tells us, he goes, and apparently Scooter Libby's reaction was, oh, I didn't see a conflict. I didn't think it would be a problem. So it's hard to believe.
The very woman that is doing everything she can so that Trump is not on the 2024 ticket. That woman.
Yeah. So Trump was finding it hard to believe, and I am too, that Scooter Libby is so stupid that he didn't realize that going to a fundraiser for Liz Cheney of all people,
I mean, come on,
would not meet with the approval of one Donald J. Trump.
Oh.